welcome to another Monday Night MegaMek. We are back with the Emerald Cast Mercenaries, a force started by a lone Clan Jade Falcon watch agent, Irgun, as they try to figure out what's going on in the Inner Sphere before they invade, having lost contact with the Wolf's Dragoons. Our mission is to complete a contract with every great house of veteran or elite level, and hopefully fight and defeat the Wolf's Dragoons along the way. Now, I'm trying to load up here. It's okay. This is Cheddar, my lovely co-host who sometimes makes his appearance. She is currently napping, dead asleep, over in the bedroom here. So, she might join us later. The water's in here. I realized I didn't actually test and set my camera before we started. And, oop, hold on a second. It didn't quite load. I went ahead and downloaded a new updated MegaMek because the original 5.1 release had some issues where something wasn't generating properly, so I downloaded a fresh download. I'm seeing if it will open here. Apparently when I loaded the last save, yep, understood, and it doesn't open. So we're going to go to the previous one, and we'll figure this out later. And this one opens just fine. This one I did already test. I hope everybody is having a great Monday here. It will just be 1 second. We will get started in just a second. Yeah, anytime you download a new version of MegaMek, it takes a minute to swap over your old files and make sure everything from your old campaign is in the new version, in the new folder. If you miss like a couple of custom mechs that you've done and try to load up a campaign, it'll crash. It won't open. So that's probably what I'm dealing with here. Every time I tried to load this save, it crashed. So now, last time we ended on kind of a bummer of a mission where we lost one of our mechs. We rescued the pilot. So let's go to the briefing room here. Breakthrough. Here it was, right? We used our secondary lance. And yeah, the machine, the Ossoul. I think we lost the Ossoul on the deployment here. Let's go back to our secondary lance and see what we have left. Yeah, we lost that also Ossoul. Winch took some damage. We got a bunch of missions done. And we are towards the end of the night. We had this mission here, this breakthrough. We're just trying to get to the other side of the map, and this ended up, because normally it's like, oh, these are my medium, these are my fast mechs, this will be fine. But between the gravity, the rivers, the trees, we were kind of in the clear. We got to a point where we were about to get through, and Kathleen the Machine did a Neo moment where she was dodging fire and bullets, but something came up behind her. She fell. She lost her leg. We had to abandon the mech. We captured the pilot, and we got the heck out of there. While our allied forces, which were not here, are compelled, like an Atlas, a Longbow, a Banshee, and a Cyclops, all at like, you know, elite / veteran, they were holding their own against, you know, 14,000 BV. And I think if we had sent our main lance in, we could have just wiped the floor of everything. But no, the mission's objective was to break through, and we did. And the next mission that popped up real quick, not even 3 days later, is a picket line breakthrough. And we are going to jump right into that here. Oh, wow. Solar flare. Okay. No. We're not dealing with a solar flare right off the bat. That light solar flare, bad condition. We're re-rolling that. Dusk Dawn, totally okay with that. And we are definitely going to send in our main lance, our command lance. Confirm. I don't know what. Yep. We are not committing any extra fights. Derek the First. Hi. Sorry to hear about the loss of your Ostol. That's a nice chassis. Yeah. It sucks. It was the first time we tossed her in it too. Kathleen the Machine. I think. Let's go to Kathleen the Machine. Right. She 4, 5. She doesn't have anything, but she's solid. She's the one who kept getting head hits. Right? She's just a murder machine. She's been doing so well, but like I said, she was evading, she was dodging, shots were going whoosh past her, but she fell in the very last. I think she got hit with a kick, and she just missed her piloting and fell over. She was spending a bit too much time with Banana Peel, Gordana Banana. But I mean, we got her back. We didn't. She wasn't captured, so we kept her pilot. That's a real important part of it. So, yep, this mission is tomorrow, and Arctic Desert Rough, 32 by 34, Dusk's Dawn, clear. We are fine with that. We got rid of the solar flare condition. We're sending our main lance. This will be fine. So, excuse me. The enemy has established a picket line to screen their front, but a successful breakthrough will force them to redeploy reserves and grant us a strong strategic position. Your mission is to breach their defenses and reach the opposite edge of the engagement zone with at least 50% of your forces intact. Expect light screening forces supported by rapid response elements. See, this would be better for our medium squad for sure. The enemy will attempt to stall your advance while preparing a counterattack. Speed, decisive strikes, and maintaining momentum will be key to breaking through before they can reinforce. I think Irgun is going to be pissed off at what happened last time in the last mission. He's going to be on a murder spree. He is going to be ready to just destroy this because, yeah, our allies are only 5,000 BV, but our enemies, right, combined are about 14,000. If we go to our command lance, by itself is 10,000 BV. So we should be able to just murder our way through this, right? As you're pushing inventory, you'll be unable to secure the battlefield following the engagement. Any salvage or wreckage left behind will be lost, so prioritize survival. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Alright. Advanced day. And we are going to put up the pause screen in case something gets. We're going to go jump right into this mission. See what happens. Our forces, our commander is angry. Our forces are angry. We need to avenge the loss of our Ost soul. Yeah, it's taking a second for MegaMek to load. Just a reminder, anyone new or people out there, MegaMek is a wonderful program to play BattleTech digitally. The board game rules, it's a solid representation of the rules. It is a free program. It is complex. It is nuanced. And it is buggy. And I mean that not in capital letters, but, you know, in a lowercase. It's going to have issues. It's a free thing with so many features made. It's been going on for 20 years. They're doing a wonderful job updating things and recoding things as best they can. So you can't ask for something better when it's free. So here we go, MegaMek, and we are using our main forces. So let's put up. We're missing somebody. Gordana, there we go. And we'll move those around if we have to. But here we go. Our allies are, instead of a bunch of assault mechs, this time it's a Locust, a Wasp, an Ostrock, and a Vindicator. All of them elite, but this is a completely different. Like our last allied lance was an Atlas, a Banshee, and a Longbow. But we've got this. Oh, and I think this is our first time deploying Gordana Banana in a Battlemaster. Hopscotch. She is in the jumping Ostrock, so she can take advantage of her stuff. We have all 2-3s. Allies are 2-3s. This should be a murder fest. So let's go. All right, and we'll have to adjust. Yeah. Slide that up. Sorry, 1 second. The eternal question, prioritize survival or prioritize increasing your kill count. Yeah, that is a conundrum. And I think we need to, there we go, slide that over a little bit. And we have to adjust the names a smidge because Gordana is not in the longbow. Edith is in the longbow. Sherry is indeed in the Ostrock, and Irgun is in the Marauder. Okay, nameplate all set to go. We can hide the weather. And we can launch. Alright, I don't bother with deploying minefields. This, yeah. Okay, turn done. We don't need this to be so big. I don't know why it lost a lot of my visual settings, but that's okay. Here we are. This is a wide open map. Things are going to die. Let's just double check here. Sand. We do have ice on the road. Yeah, what is the temperature here? Control P. -3. So it's not cold enough to give us any heat advantage. Alright, so we're going to start... Yeah, we're going to start right there. Or... Yeah, we're going to start right there and move around. You jump, you don't care. Longbow does what the longbow wants to do. And Gordana Banana, you start right there. Fantastic. Yep. They pissed off. I mean, look at the enemies here. They have a Phoenix Hawk, a Stinger, a Shadowhawk, Prudent, which is a quick draw. Cronus. Actually, I don't know what a Cronus is. That's an interesting one. Yep. And that is a 3/4. 1767 BB, stun gun in the Griffin, 2 more Shadowhawks, 4 Shadowhawks total. A Hermes 2. Hermes can be okay. AC5 flavor medium laser. I mean, for 40 tons, 6.9 intro attack, that's not bad. But yeah, 4 Shadowhawks, a Stinger, and some whatever units. We're fine. Now, I always say good advice is to just hit the allied move button. And normally we would do that, except we're here to murder. So we're just going to walk and fire support as our computer allies march forward doing whatever it is they're going to do. Yeah, Gordana Banana's gonna run. Like, I don't think Gordana will be happy unless she manages to murder, kick punch something up here. Alright, your gun. Who do you want to murder? I feel like they should each try to kill one of the Shadowhawks. Alright, but yeah, Shadowhawk at 8, Condor at 7. Yeah, we'll do around 10s and 9s. I'm guessing Dusk Dawn +1, yep. That works in our favor. Upscotch. Range high-low. PPC on the Condor, fire, done. Then, of course, the long-range murder machine. So you go after that, Shadowhawk. Boom, boom. Done. Gordana, range high-low, there we go. PPC. Yeah, join in on killing that Condor. Boom. Done. Alright, a gun connects for 10 damage. Lots and lots of missing. Edith needs 5, so she's just gonna start murdering things. At a certain point, she's just gonna start standing still, because she has Range Master Long, in case anybody new watching, which means she swaps her penalties for long range and short range. So she is a +0 at long range and a +4 at short range. And you know what? When you have lots of Inner Sphere LRMs, which are really bad at short range, it's an easy trade to make. And here we go. Heat. Easy peasy turn 1. We won initiative. And again, we are not... As I said, normally we let our allies go first and do whatever. But we're not overly concerned about this. We want them to make decent moves because our plan is just to walk. Just to slowly move forward. And murder. You know, still try to build some TMM. Avoid the sand. We are coming in, so in actual local BattleTech play, we are coming to an end of Season 3 this year of our Iliad League. A classic BattleTech sort of competitive league. And played my last 2 games of my 5 ranked matches yesterday. Tons of fun. We were trying out... So this was the first season adopting some rules that our friend is going to be using in a tournament. Crossroads GT is having their first ever BattleTech GT, and he's going to be using some of our rules for the Iliad format. And we wanted people to have a taste of that, so we allowed 1 advanced unit and did a 40 damage pulse limit. So I've been having fun with a Jade Phoenix C, easily becoming one of my new signature units. So love it or hate it. That's what people, it's kind of there. All right, your gun. You were shooting at that Shadowhawk, I think. No, you were not. That's the Longbow Shadowhawk. All right, let's double check the unit ID here. ID 28. All right. Edith, you're shooting at 28, but you know what? Secondary target. Let's do that Hermes. Because you have Range Master, and you can just blast the crap out of everything. Back to Airgun. Airgun is shooting at that Shadowhawk. That's his Shadowhawk, but it is also jumping and far away. These things decide to get close. So, hey, Shadowhawk ID 31. You are Airgun's new favorite prey. Blam. Done. Gordana Banana. Alright, you are after Shadowhawk 30. Alright, PC on 7, sure. And then as many medium lasers as we can throw in without a penalty. Done. What up, Hoser? Hi, Cheddar. Hey, Tad. We are playing some BattleTech here on MegaMek, jamming out. Cheddar is sleeping. Oh, I already got here. So we got Hopscotch. This is our jumpy girl. She is going to be... Well, somebody else is shooting at that Shadowhawk. So we are going to shoot some medium lasers at that thing. Go up 4 heat. There we go. Done. Alright, what happened here? Alright, so Edith, no surprise, is blasting that Shadowhawk to death with missiles. Whoa, needs 6 rolls 3, so she actually missed with 1. But that's okay. She also has all of the medium lasers firing at the Hermes and hits with every single one. Edith does not disappoint. Edith never disappoints. Enemy keeps missing. Allies keep missing. I'm really not seeing any other things connecting. The other gun in the Marauder does connect with just the PPC of that Shadowhawk. So only 20 damage on it so far, but you know, it is what it is. Sliding through. First hit against us from the Hermes against Edith's longbow, but that's nothing. That's 5 damage. More whiffs. We kill the enemy Shadowhawk connecting again just with an AC 5 against Gordana. We are not worried. We are assault mechs. They are medium. Hopscotch. Looks like we get the crit because we got medium laser, left torso, medium laser, left torso, armor destroyed. We get internal and we get an ammo explosion. Look at that. Look at that beautiful red text. And you know what? We don't have any salvage this mission, so whatever. It's dead. We are going forward. Done. And we have no physical attacks here, so we're going to skip. Skip. I guess technically it's asking if we can kick our allies and kick ice or something. I don't know. Here we go. Enemies, yeah. Bad damage on the Locust, but I mean, this is intro tech Locust. They're not going to last very long. Keep going. Alright, we won initiative. We're going to start with Edith, who is probably just not even going to bother moving. She's where she wants to be. Alright. Battlemaster is... yeah, let's just walk forward. Let's get in that sand. Sand sucks, but it is what it is. Derek, Airgun's aim must be a little off from all the adrenaline. I'm sure he'll do better after seeing that ammo explosion. Yes. Right? And we have to remember, like, the weather conditions are kind of crap. So, you know, Dusk Dawn is affecting it. Wind direction, fog, none. Okay, so it's just Dusk Dawn adding a penalty. Plus high gravity. So, that changes statistics. So, Airgun has been going after Shadowhawk 31, this one. Edith is going after 28, which is this one, I'm sure. Yeah, ID 28. 32, I don't know who's been going after 32. But I know 30 was Gordana. But anyway, 31. This is the one we're going after. It hasn't moved yet. So who do we have left? We have Hopscotch, who blew up whatever that was. Was that the Clint? Was it the Clint? I think it was the Clint. Yeah. So first kill goes to Hopscotch, and okay, we can just jump directly behind Prudent. So that is obviously what we're going to do. See where everybody else moves. Moves a little slow. Here we go. So if you ever find yourself in a game of MegaMek and you're stuck with the AI that's supposed to be taking their turn but they don't, there is a way to change that. It is... where is it here? It's not bots command display. Player list? No. Alright, maybe it is, yeah, edit bots up here. Yep. So if you go to edit bots, you can kick bots. No action, yeah, kick bot. And then you can turn the bot back on, and that will reset the AI and let them start working again. No problemo. Alright. This is Shadowhawk 31, which I think was Airgun's target. Is it 31? No, it's 30. Shadowhawk 30 was Airgun's target, so we are going to, yeah, walk there. Done. Blast the crap out of it. Speaking of, here's his target. Blam, blam, blam. And you know what? Let's throw in the medium laser. We are on murder mode. we're going to overheat because we can jump out of the way. Alright. Edith, she was shooting at 28. 32, 28. Here we go. Proceed to murder. And who do we have in the long range of the lasers? Oh, this Shadowhawk. This is 31. This is one that Gordana was shooting, but you know, it doesn't matter. We're also shooting it with all the lasers. Finally, Gordana here. Yeah, she was going after 31. And she's going to continue after 31. Fire the lasers. Oop. Oh, yeah, that's a rear. That's why. I was like, why can't you shoot that one? It's rear mounted. And we don't want the SRM. And we do have a little bit of room for heat. So maybe we will pop off 2 lasers, add the PPC, get some concentrated damage in a location. Let's see what happens. So our gun finally connects with all of his guns. You were right, Derek. You were completely correct. That explosion knocked him out of whatever adrenaline rush he was in, and he proceeded to immediately connect with every single gun. Blam, 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 blam. Didn't breach through armor. Shadowhawks have so much armor, it's silly. Lots of whiffing here. Alright, enemy Cronus, named Prudent. They're all shooting at that locust that's gone down, which is fine with me. Hopscotch already got a kill. Already is getting through the right leg here. Just connecting and murdering. So, critical hit on foot. It might fall. If it falls, we can't punch. If it stands, we'll punch. We're definitely going to melee it. Alright, allied enemy Shadowhawk again continues after that locust. And here we go. Edith needs 5, rolls 4. Second miss, but is still connecting. Here we go. Critical hit, 4 armor remaining. Blasting through armor. Secondary target with those lasers connects with 2 out of 4. Leave it on 6s. So this is a bad turn for Edith, but you know, she's still giving us results. We can't complain. Scrolling through all of this, nothing really interesting to mention. Our allies are doing random stuff. 5 pilot hits on that locust. That locust is honestly surviving way longer than it should. Gordana does hit with just the PPC. So there's that. Locust still technically alive. Here we go, the physical phase. Nothing for your gun. Okay, here it's still standing. So we're gonna double punch. Try to get the head / rear torso. Obviously that longbow isn't shooting anything, and Gordana wants to run in and get the melee here. Okay, we do get a punch into center torso rear, 1 armor remaining. Boo. That locust, not dead yet. 2 engine and gyro hits. Left torso destroyed. That locust is holding on. Is it still on the board? Yes. Big Bird the locust is still on the board. Somehow. I have a common statement, which is that mechs are either made of titanium, like space titanium, where they refuse to die, or they're made of balsa wood and they vanish. Vanish for no reason. That locust, that is a titanium locust. It is refusing to die and go anywhere. But first things first. First thing is we'll go with Edith here in the longbow, who is just, I mean, she doesn't need to move. Everything's in long range, and then she likes it when things are in long range. Gordana, we can have you move next. You're just going to try to move 3 hexes and try to get closer to stuff. Like, we've taken no damage. They have a piddly little force. Alright, I think our heated up Ostrock has to jump out and cool down. And none of these guys have moved. Who can respond to you? Nobody. Alright. We are going to hit that next player button. Come on, allies. Move forward. Do something. Alright. That Shadowhawk. That is 31. That's Gordana's target. Is that the one that took rear damage? Yes, it is. Took some rear damage. So we are going to have... Oh, we can't quite jump behind it. But that's fine. We can get out of range a little bit and do that. Words! Yeah, stumbling over. It happens in life. Every once in a while, my tongue just does not want to cooperate. There we go. That's that was not intentional. That's just a thing that happens. Well, Ergun has choices to make, and that choice might just be standing still, so he can melee the crap out of that Shadowhawk and continue shooting at his Shadowhawk that he's shooting, which is 30. Which is that one, which hasn't moved yet. Do we have any next players? No, Ergun's the last to move. So yeah, we'll have him skip movement. We are on a murder mission, as the enemy did a rough job on our backup lance, our backup unit, in the previous mission. So now we are trying to deliver maximum pain. We brought out the big boys. This is the command lance. Alright, Shadowhawk 30, this is our main target. Did get in minimum range of the PPCs, but it doesn't matter. We stood still. You are going to be murdered. And I think we're going to... yeah, we're going to Alpha Strike. We're going to hope we get into some armor here and even fire the LB cluster on that. Let's go right ahead next to Edith. Let's find her Shadowhawk, which I think is this one. 28. Here we go. Murder, murder. And then what's in long range to continue murdering? Alright, we don't want Ergun's Phoenix Hawk. That's in medium range. That Phoenix Hawk is prime murder range. Bam. Hopscotch. Hopscotch wants to cool down. Maybe only fire one medium laser. Yeah, I'm gonna fire one medium laser there. Boom. Done. And Gordana. Gordana has a rear target to stun gun here. Yes. We are shooting on 9s though. Why is it so hard? 2 gunner skill, 1 dusk dawn, attacker walked. Target jump plus 2 medium range. Okay, still 9s. Oh, there we go, the 3. That sucks. Yeah, I don't know how much rear armor this thing has. And let's not look it up. Let's just fire a few of the medium lasers. We'll overheat a smidge. We are in the rear. They're not. It's 9s, and 9s aren't the best, but it's worth it to see if we get a torch hit. Now, here we go. Your gun connects with PPC, PPC, medium laser, medium laser, medium laser. We have 1 internal structure, 1 internal structure, 6 internal structures. We have plenty of room to get criticals here. So it was the right choice to use the shotgun ammo here. And look at that. We do connect with the 1 internal structure remaining right leg, gone. We do connect to the 1 internal remaining right torso, gone. No ammo explosion. We do get a critical on the hip, even though it's destroyed. Critical on the jump jet. I mean, that would matter if we were actually going to get salvage for this, but no. This is murder, and that was definitely murder. All right. Allies, do something. Edith connects with both. Nope. All right. Needs 7. That is still a 50% chance to hit, so she's right on par for the average. She does get ahead. Connects with 16. That is above average. And does connect with 2 of the medium lasers, so she's still performing above average. She is dishing out a lot of punishment. She is going to be able to take down that Shadowhawk. Allied Ostrok does some damage. The Cronus does hit air gun with a large laser, but we are totally fine. We are not worried yet. We have plenty of armor left. Alright, Gordana does connect with the PPC, does not get rear armor, does connect with one medium laser, does get rear in the torso, but doesn't penetrate, and doesn't connect with a second weapon. We do have Shadowhawk, number whatever number that is, Shadowhawk number 2, does hit with a medium laser S-Trim 2 on your gun, all in locations with plenty of armor left. Scrolling down, nothing too much of note or worth. We do have the Shadowhawk number 2, the one that did hit air gun, falls over. And that is not that one, it is that one. That was, yep, that was air gun's target. Does fall over. Yeah, lost a leg. We are going to get a kick there. Yes, 99.54% chance. Alright, Hopscotch. You are not quite in the rear. Oh, do you want to kick? No, you want to punch. You want a double punch. You're here in an Ost. Ost's punch. That's what they do. Meanwhile... Oh, gosh. Alright, everybody. What have I been saying? Shadowhawk is a great go by. Yeah. It's the name of the name of the mech. The call signs here, if you look, so that the Shadowhawk is just the type of mech. Stun gun here, that's the name of the pilot. That pilot has a name. But right now we have Gordana Matsui, a pilot who has earned the name Banana Peel for her habit of running forward, trying to kick the enemy, and falling over. And I've been saying over and over again, this is revenge. These guys are coming in angry from the performance of the last mission or what happened. Talking about even how Gordana is running forward because she wants to kick things. And what happens? There's an enemy pilot right there. We can kick the pilot. So here's the question. Does she straight up murder this person? Pilot Sarah Alfieri, Free Worlds League. 2 hits, 4-5. Yeah, we can't see anything about this person other than they're just an average pilot. Gordana, please don't slip on a pilot. I mean, it's a 97% chance. This is just straight up. This will just literally be straight up murder of a person. I think we need to go back to. Let's review. Let's review who we're talking about here. Gordana. Gordana believes that the best defense is an overwhelming offense. Overwhelming. That's the key word right there. Always pushing forward and keeping up the pressure. Hesitation is weakness, and refuses to give her opponents a chance to recover. She is kicking the human. She is kicking the person. Like, no doubt. You read her personality. No hesitation. Hesitation is weakness. Do not give them a chance to recover. We are angry. We are coming in here for revenge. She is kicking that person. She is in a giant robot suit. All right? That's the person. That's the giant robot. We are getting the kick here. Okay. Their gun connects with a kick. Critical hit on the leg. Ally does something. Phoenix Hawk does kick Hopscotch. 9 damage to right leg. We are okay. Ostrock does double punch. We got a head hit. And yeah, we got a head hit. No second connect with a punch. And here we go. Infantry caught in the open. Damage doubled. Takes 2 damage. So normally there'd be a lot more, but it doesn't matter. A single point of damage kills. That pilot was just kicked by an 80-ton assault mech. Or is it an 85? I don't remember entirely. But that person is not... That is smush. Gordana just smushed a pilot. I'd say that kick decision was a time for asking yourself, what would Elizabeth Hazen do? But MegaMek doesn't let your pilots jump out of the cockpit and run amok with a katana. Oh, yeah, air gun pulls out a sword, chops out of his cockpit, and just starts going nutso melee. Yeah. Oh, pulling. Yeah, Gordana doesn't know that. Smush Parker. Yeah, that's smushed. All right, done. We are moving on. We are moving on to the next turn. Oh. All right, here we go. Yeah, I think this is where we're going to go with the strategy of letting our computer ally move everything first, so we can get into better murder positions. What? No knee slap? It's hard to do when like I'd have to slap through the desktop to hit my knee. But that was like if we were just standing around in casual conversation, that probably would have earned a knee slap. All right, we're gonna start with Edith, who is actually, I think, gonna back up one. Boom. All right. All right. So Hopscotch has been cleared of heat and can jump somewhere to deal some damage, but there's not. So, okay, so that Shadowhawk abandoned ship. This Shadowhawk hasn't moved yet. Phoenix Hawk is standing around, hasn't moved yet. Prudent hasn't moved yet. We have a Condor and a Stinger, but they are 4 hexes away. Yeah, I don't think it's time to move Hopscotch yet. Gordana's going forward here, right up to stun gun. That's what she's doing. She has smushed a person with her foot. She is coming right up. I think we need to, on Banana Peel, I think we need to get rid of the rear-mounted medium lasers and possibly just load her up with a whole bunch of small lasers, because she does like to get up close and kick. And a barrage of small lasers would potentially help up close. Alright, so who's moved? Prudent. Shadowhawk number 32. And here is 28. Yep, that's Edith's target. Right up there. If they knew what they're doing, they would get up close. But they don't. So, alright, airgun. You're not gonna move. You're just gonna murder. That is entirely your job. What does the computer do? There we go. That Phoenix Hawk there. That Shadowhawk didn't do anything. Ooh. But that Phoenix Hawk is in a position to be jumped behind and murdered. So, more murder. Yep, destroyed by ejection. Done. Alright. Their gun had been shooting at that Shadowhawk. It's now gone. This one is in minimum range, but even at minimum range, we're shooting on 4s. Yeah. Let's just kill it. Let's overheat and kill it. Cluster, yep. Oh, and we got a jam playing. I'll turn that up a little bit for you guys. I mean, to heck with it. We're gonna overheat, but we've got no ammo. Alpha strike into the rear of that Shadowhawk. Blam. Alright, we know your target. This Shadowhawk, which, yes, I'm so glad we moved backwards one, because it is just into long range with the LRMs. Lerm it. And, yeah. Let's medium laser into there. Blam. And Gordana is obviously going to go after the person right in front of her. Not with the PPC. Definitely with all the medium lasers. The SRM. Of course, the machine guns. Done. Here we go. What happened? Ally did something. Or gun, who's attempting to murder this Shadowhawk in front of us. Shadowhawk number 3. Before I split like a banana, I want y'all to know that I've enjoyed tuning in. Having a great night, everyone. Catch y'all on the flip side. Over and out. Yeah! Peace, Tad. Thank you for popping in. Tad is a real-life friend of mine. Thank you so much for joining in, Tad. In any case, alright, so our gun. Load, 6 internal remaining, yes, right torso. Here we go, ammo explosion, he got the kill. That's all we needed. Pilot death. We have murdered Shadowhawk number 3. That is 2 kills for air gun. Alright, Condor tank does something. Blam. We have also allied megaphone doing something, don't care. Cronus does hit air gun, but those are both glancing blows, and we still have plenty of armor left. Alright, Hopscotch, you did Alpha Strike. Connects with 3 of the 4 medium lasers. Does get into internal on the rear torsos. This is with a PPC, but that was on 8, so that's okay. That is still above average performance. Their gun has 0 armor remaining on the right torso, so he is actually going to have to start moving after this turn, but he is murdering. And they are not doing great. Yep. So, I mean, this is what happens when you stand still, even when you have a narrow profile, but okay. There we go. Needs 5 rolls 3. Edith. I mean, you're getting close to slightly underperforming there, but does knock out a leg on the Cronus. Look at that. Misses with other stuff. Ah, Edith. What are you doing? Underperforming. And Gordana connects with 3 of the 4 medium lasers. Does connect with the SRM-6. That is a bunch of damage. Does connect with both machine guns. I mean, doesn't breach armor anywhere, but that is dealing a whole bunch of stuff. Cronus blacks out. Bang. Done. Alright. We are definitely going to double punch because we have 2 open torso slots there. Edith can't melee for anything. Gordana is coming in for the kick very specifically. Blam. Alright. So, Stinger, nothing. Megaphone. Okay, does some stuff. We're fine. We do... Oh, look at that. Punch. Center torso rear. 2 engine hits on that Phoenix Hawk. This is intro tech. We do not have double heat sinks. That thing is going to be spicy. We do have a Griffin kicking the Battlemaster. And the Battlemaster... Oh, no critical, but does connect on the Griffin. There we go. Gordana does stay standing. The only thing that falls is a Stinger. And in fact, that Griffin. Lovely. Alright. We are at 91% BV. They are at 67% BV. We are providing justice here for our previous mission. Now, our gun is overheating, so he can't build TMM, but he is... Well, actually first, let's hit that next player button. Let's let our allies do some stuff. Alright, turn things down just a smidge. Alright, back up 2 hexes. Let's get some range. Playing a little too aggressive here. Oh, that overheating Phoenix Hawk is trying to jump away. But we have the same amount of jump. And we still have punches into that torso. Is that 28? 28 moved forward. Let's check our range brackets. 28 moved into medium range, and we cannot put it back into long range. But I do think we are still going to back up. Back up that way. Yeah, there we go. Not on ice. We do not want to stand on ice. Edith. Edith does want to melee stun gun, that's for sure. And we can torso twist and punch, but we can't kick from there. Nah. Stand still. Stand still, Murderfest. Alright, air gun. Coming in. This is 28. Yeah, we don't want to take Edith's kill. We do have this Shadowhawk that's ready to be killed. We have this Stinger. And a Condor. And Prudent here. And a Cronus that has actually hit air gun before. But it is a no, we're in a murder. We're coming to murder. We need to cool off. We're going to double PPC targeting the head. Ooh, double PPC still puts us over. Medium laser. Alright, so double one PPC to the head. And then just 2 medium lasers. No, 1 medium laser. We're gonna cool off. That's what it is here. And we are overheating by 5 here. We are back into the rear of this Phoenix Hawk, which has multiple open locations. We are gonna get real spicy. 17 over. No, let's go 14 over. That's still a shutdown check, but it's a shutdown check on 4. We're gonna risk it. Risk it for this biscuit. Continue after Shadowhawk real ID 28. Bam, blam, blam. Lasers. We're going to shoot that pilot. Nope. We are laying on the hurt. Laser, 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 laser. Missiles. Machine gun, machine gun. Rear laser. How much heat do we have left up? 18? Yeah, it's not worth overheating to shoot to my rear. Alright. Check the results. Yeah. Enemy's doing something. Air gun. Does not connect to the head. Sadly. Wasp. Hopscotch. Missing on a key turn with lasers, but that's alright. We still have punches. Alright, we do get 3 damage to the right torso from that Shadowhawk, number 28. Possible crit. We are through armor on your gun, which we don't like, but we're gonna keep going. Right? Seems like they're, yeah. Seems that right torso has just gotten Mech Warrior aimed and it is down because we still have 24 armor to center torso and 17 armor to the left torso. So really, we just randomly took a lot of damage there. Edith missing with everything. Her performance is just diving down the longer the thing goes here. But Ally Vindicator is doing some nasty stuff on Cronus. There we go. Gordana hitting, destroys the right leg. It's gonna fall and it can't kick us back, and that was our one remaining worry on this thing. Fantastic. Here we go to melee. Oh, we don't want to kick. No, we want a double punch. All right, Edith is Tall Tale. I gotta change. She got a call sign. I gotta change my promotion pitch. Kick. -2. Yes. I forgot that she got a call sign, Tall Tale, because she told a tall tale. There we go. Hopscotch. Yep. One punch. Let's torso rear. Torso's almost gone. Vindicator doing some stuff. Gordana kicks into ammo. That's an explosive kick. Done. That should put them below 50%. Let's see what happens. 51%. Yep, we got one more turn here. No way we don't murder them through here. All right. All right, let's go through, do the next player button, which feels like cheating. All right, we're out of it. That Phoenix Hawk just jumped away and is trying to escape. We can't get to its rear now, and that's sad. But we are also heating up a bunch. So, but you know what? Let's keep going after it, because this is the last turn. Bam. Gordana. That Shadowhawk is not doing great. Let's get to its rear. Oh, but we can't kick it. No, we'll run. We'll run to get that kick. Your gun has shots on somebody. And it's going to be this Shadowhawk is that we are in the rear of. I'm going to solid slug this. Yeah, we're gonna Alpha Strike into the rear of that Shadowhawk. We are going to continue to overheat into this Phoenix Hawk. Done. This is going to be the last turn. There's no way we do not deal 2% up. Shadowhawk number 28 hasn't jumped back into long range. That's what we want to see. And this Shadowhawk, we are in... Okay, we are above it. We are not in the rear of it, but we are going to medium laser it. And finally, Gordana. Laser, 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 Mr. M's machine gun, machine gun. Done. That Shadowhawk's going to feel some pain. Alright. Head blown off. That is 3 Shadowhawk kills for your gun. Alright. Ostrog does connect with 2 of the medium lasers on that Phoenix Hawk. Tall Tail connects with both LRM-20s, dealing some nasty damage. I mean, that Shadowhawk number 4 was dead anyway, so it doesn't really matter with those lasers. Edith's trying to catch up statistically. Gordana Banana does connect with a few things here. That Shadowhawk is in a lot of pain, still alive. Limb blown off, right leg. There we go. Does fall, take damage, yes. We have... We're going to kick it this time, actually. Or, what's his armor profile left? Alright, its left leg is pretty bad, but we are on the left side. Yes, kick it. Tall Tail, you got nothing. Gordana, obviously going to kick. Alright, 12 damage left leg, arm destroyed, no critical. That's sad. Let's see if it falls, though. And we destroy the left leg of that Shadowhawk. Not sure if it has legs left. Enemy Stinger down. That's the 2% of the BV. Like, they are gone. That Phoenix Hawk is at 27 heat. 10 plus avoid shot, shuts down. Boom. Falls over. Pilot blacks out. Left leg destroyed. I'm going to give that defeat is definitely going to Hopscotch. And yeah, they went from 51 to 38. / victory. That is an overwhelming victory. Done. First mission of the night, we got revenge. Let's put up that pause screen. You want to save a GIF? Yes, I do. You don't need to see all my random files. Save, yes. Come on. Here you go. Save. Done. Alright. So, the scenario template states that the enemy always retains battlefield control. Here's the thing. No. No, they don't. We could have stayed in position and defended there. We took, like, no damage. I'm going to say that we controlled the field. I'm totally fair with saying that our overwhelming victory allows us to stay there. We got revenge. We are claiming salvage. Yep. Salvage, salvage, salvage. Revenge achieved. Oh, Gordana didn't miss with any of her kicks. Exactly. So, I'm calling this a win. We're salvaging all of this. We want the money. Yeah, none of this I even remember seeing show up. So, if we didn't actually see to shoot at it, it got away. I'm fine with that. Alright, next. Alright, air gun, Shadowhawk, Shadowhawk. He definitely killed 3 Shadowhawks, for sure. 4th Shadowhawk, definitely going to give it to Gordana. I think we killed a pilot, Harriet. We didn't kill. Stinger was an ally. That definitely goes to Hopscotch. And the Cronus, I forget who was shooting at it, but I think it was Edith who hit it with a bunch of lasers. So I'm going to give it to her. Next. Wraith North Edge. Yes, we did. Next. It was a decisive victory for absolutely sure. Done. Confirm. And okay, I don't know why everything just minimized there, but here we go. That was weird. Back to it. Alright. Lovely. Now we just hit the advanced state button and repair stuff. Make sure we're in the all field. There we go. Check out the repair bay. Order all the missing parts. Well, hold on. Crap. We shouldn't have done that. Because we might have defaulted to... Okay, that's on salvage. We are... No. Oh, we should have hit sold on all of these. Frick. Alright. We have been undamaged. Alright. Phoenix Hawk. Butts. Alright. Details. Valid formation, BB quirks, tech, weight class, status. Alright. I was hoping we could see general. Alright. So. Alright, obviously stuff with pies is fine. Stinger Cell, Shadowhawk, Cronus, Shadowhawk, Phoenix Hawk. Alright, that random undamaged Phoenix Hawk I think is ours. Everything else is we're going to sell. Yeah, I salvage. It's been a minute. I should have clicked the sell tick instead of the salvage tick because now we ordered a bunch of parts that we don't actually need. Crap. Oh well, this is fine. We'll sell the parts whenever we get them. All right, here we go. We do not need any of that. Oop. Continuing through. All right, let's take a reminder here. When does this contract end? 6/18. We are getting close. Okay, June. July, June. Contract ends tomorrow. Right? Yes. That was the last mission. Obviously. Yeah, that was the last mission. We were holding there to get that salvage for the last paycheck. We were getting revenge. What a way to end a contract. Admission and completement. Alright, hold on. Yeah, alright, here we are. Current mission. Complete mission. Success. There we go. Done. Yeah. Abandoned prison, release them. We don't care. Alright, so... There's only one person we could possibly lose. And that is Wingman here. Keep scrolling. We could lose the Elite Mech Tech. Don't like that, but that's okay. Whatever. Aztecs don't give a crap about. Alright. Roll them. We lost nobody. Great. Nobody wanted to leave. Issue awards. Boom. We are now veteran. Oh, yeah, we lost all the prisoners. We don't care about them. Gain experience. Your standing with the Compelling Confederation is increased by 3.37 regard. You are politically insignificant. Your standing with the Mercenary Review Board is increased by 3.37 regard. You are still certified reliable. know why my face is blocking that. There's no real good spot for the camera here. Because like over here, if remember it was blocking something, let's put me right in the middle there. Right here. Let's put me right here for now. Oop, I lost the little widget. There we go. Though, you know, let's put it up there. That seems cool. Now we got a more widget. It doesn't block my face. Let's go here. Okay. We have some repairing to do. We have some traveling to do. Let's take a look at Interstellar map, right? Because we just... First of all, we're mercenaries. So we don't necessarily have to do whatever. We're not going to Outreach. That's for sure. Ergun would not want to go to Terra. Yeah, he wouldn't consider himself worthy. Ooh, what are these X's? Is that Combine Worlds with X's? Oh, no. It means we can't go there. Because the Draconis Combine, yeah, had something. Faction standing report. Outlawed. That's what it is. We can't go there. The dragon has decreed your destruction. ISF assassins hunt you relentlessly. Oh boy. Okay. We are tolerated but not trusted with a compelling confederation. Federated Sons, no record. Free Worlds League, doesn't care. Lyran Commonwealth likes us a little bit. Periphery, nobody cares about us in the periphery. Oh, the Taurians actively don't like us, and we're good with the Mercenary Review Board. So, I mean, we don't care about the reputation with these factions. That's not our goal. We just want to complete something so we get information on them. So yeah, new applicants available for hire. The Compines declared death to mercenaries, so we'll have a few years before we can go there again. Yeah, and sadly we haven't completed a mission for them that satisfies our conditions here. So, yeah, so far we've done a veteran contract. No! Enemy experience veteran. Alright, we said veteran or elite contract for a house. You know, enemy experience, veteran, Draconis Combine. I'd say we've checked them off. We checked them off last time. Now, this one we took for the money, for the 100% salvage. Alright, so we're not going over that way. Castors, this is the planet we were just fighting on. We might not want to stay here. We don't want to stay here. Alright, hold on. Where? Charging station. Hiring halls. We are in a hiring hall. Summer. Milton. Hall. Outreach. Graham. Oliver. Procyon. New Earth. Rigel Cantares. Where do we want to go? Alright, hiring hall, minor. Hiring hall, standard. What's green? Hiring hall, great. Alright, we want Galatea. Let's go to Galatea. Whoop, wrong button. Calculate jump path. Total cost, 3 million sea bills. We have 13 million. Let's do it. Warning, if experiencing an ongoing outbreak of disease, it will spread like wildfire during transit. Vaccines will not help. Permanent diseases will not spread in this fashion. Okay, as far as I know, we don't have any diseases, but that's an interesting. Hand assistant personnel. Prior to loading all equipment in mothball and new mothball, should we accept their offer? As part of a jump contract, local crews are on hard to assist our personnel in getting their equipment ready for transport. Mothballing your equipment will temporarily remove it from your TUE and may increase your transport fees. The benefit of mothballing units is that you will not be required to maintain them. This ensures that your units will always arrive in fighting condition. Now, I'll decline. We don't need to. We're fine. Big in transit. Bang. Bop, 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 bop. Alright, we will take a look at our hangar here. Yeah, we do have some backup units that are mothballed. I do think we want to take a look at that Battle Master and customize it. Alright. We do not need the rear mounted lasers, which are located where? Alright. Remove medium laser. Or I guess we could just make it forward facing. And then, yeah, we can do what I was talking about before. Remove 1, 2 medium lasers and toss in 1, 2, 3, 4 small lasers. Ooh, machine guns. I think we're better off getting rid of, or honestly, machine guns are, yeah, we have the ammo already. Let's throw in more machine guns. 1, 2, 3, 4, bang. Because if we're going in melee, that's 1 less damage but 0 heat. We can always fire them when we get up close. So I'm saying we do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Blam! Lots of machine guns. Although why is it machine guns in the left arm? We're gonna leave that available for punching. And you know what? Getting rid of rear-facing weapons is a bit sensible for the succession wars. You might be risking Irgun's cover here. Oh, took me a second to realize what you're talking about. It's like, no, you're right. But yeah, we're gonna make this Battle Master. We're gonna move the PPC into the right torso. We're gonna move everything else in the right torso. We're gonna let Gordana punch. +10. Class D maintenance. Yeah, we're gonna do it. There we go. Submit. Yes. Done. All right. Here we go. Just hitting that button. Make sure we're in the all. Completion in 3 days, 2 days. Completion tomorrow. Complete. Needs 10, rolls 11. Bang. We're done. 6 days from Galatea. Let's get there. Alright, we are there. New applicants for hire. 2 veterans, 68 regular, all this. Bunch of stuff arrived. Let's take a look at our hangar. Our warehouse. And we need to find stuff that's not in use. 0. Alright, anything that's not a part in use, we're just going to straight up sell. Because we're carrying too much stuff. Alright, we are carrying 968 tons. And we don't have the capacity. Because again, we don't actually have a dropship. And that's part of what we're looking for. Unit market. Large vessels, nothing. Mechs. That's the next thing. Let's take a look at our TOE, right? Because we had a pilot that was injured, right? And we got Kathleen here. Yeah, Grace we moved to support while she was injured. And Kathleen, the machine, needs a mech. And I'm thinking... I think we put her at an awesome. Or do we? Because it's our secondary lance. So it needs to be a bit more mobile. Alright. Phoenix Hawk. Phoenix Hawk? Well, what we don't want to buy something, but what is on the market for mechs? Locust, Wasp, Commando, Wasp, Shadowhawk, no. Cicada, no. Crab, no. Whitworth, Thunderbolt. 4-6. Machine gun, large laser, 3 medium lasers, LRM 15, SRM 2. Plenty of armor. This is a solid 5 million. Yeah. Kathleen the Machine gets a Thunderbolt. That's what I'm saying. In transit, 21 days. Contract market. I mean, we just arrived here, so don't have to take anything out in here. But Free Worlds League, regular, Federated Suns, green. Employer, Draconis Combine. No. This is a ploy to murder us. We're not going to take it. Salvage rights 100%. Contract length 2 months. Enemy green. Transit time 85 days. Oh. Overhead compensation full. Start date. Ooh, this is a money mission. This is a money mission. But we're looking for a challenge. We just did a money mission. We're not going to do 2 money missions in a row. So let's wait to the end of the month and see what new contracts pop up. We're not going to just take... We're not going to arrive on this planet and take the first contracts we see. No. Bling. Alright. New month. Continue. Alright. We got a 4 on that Aztec there. A 4, 2, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. The only thing we really care about losing is Wingman, who's a 4. What is this? Base 4, 2 desirability. I don't know why. -1 unit rating, +1 unreliable, -2 bonus. Okay. Well, let's just see. Everyone stays. We're good. Ooh. Ooh. Ergun Rorschach was unable to use connections to find better contracts, so they have no ranks in connections. Influence contract type Ergun failed his negotiation check with a roll of 9 versus target number 13. 13, 13. Disastrous. Disastrous. Failed. Okay. We might need to develop his connections. This is interesting. Yeah. Warning, the political climate is affecting how factions view you. Compelling Confederation, -18. Draconis Combine, -51. Federated Sun, 6.25, 6.25, 6. Target Concordant, 18. Okay. Alright, we're still over 200 million. Let's take a look at the contract market. What do we got? Alright. Green Pirates. Salvage right, lots. More Pirates. Regular. Salvage rights, lots. That's a longer contract. That's another moneymaker. Alright. Okay. Yeah, the only satisfying contract we have. Promoting characters will make them more loyal for a bit. There's also permanent bonus for officers. Ooh. Good to note. Yeah, we'll have to promote people. Yep. Federated Suns. I think we might just... We might have to take this 100% salvage right pirate hunting contract here for 7 months. But, okay, we're not taking the Draconis Combine contracts because they're trying to murder us. Federated Suns here against the Draconis Combine. That is only a 3-month contract. Let's... Okay, Eugene, can you get us better salvage rights? Yes, you can. That's regular. Ooh. Overhead compensation full. That's only 3 months. Okay. Their gun doesn't want to go pirate hunting. The Draconis Combine says they hate us and want to kill us. We're going to go after them. We're going to work for the Federated Sons. We upgraded our salvage rights to 70% instead of 30%. Transport terms 100%. Straight support. We're fairly self... Let's try. 0. We can't... Battleless compensation 100%. There we go. Required combat elements 4. This is just fine. We're going to go after the guys that hate us. Possibly in a minute. Let's double check here. What's the unit market? Griffin, Wolverine, Archer, awesome. Yeah, we don't care. Large vessels, nothing. We're not worried about tanks or infantry. We have a whole lance worth of mechs in storage. We are also going to mothball that Phoenix Hawk. You're going to do it. Yep. Done. And Thunderbolt 7 days. We will leave in 7 days when we get that Thunderbolt. We'll take the contract in 7 days. So, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Thunderbolt delivered. Hangar. Thunderbolt. Activate. Arrived mothballed. Okay. Yep. There we go. Assign to person. Pilot regular. Kathleen the machine. Assign to force. Secondary lance. Bang. Alright. And we're going to move Grace into the secondary lance. Bang. Alright. Let's indeed go to our personnel and take a look. Rank. Private, 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 private. Alright. I think we can uniformly upgrade everybody past private. And that means we can get these guys past corporal into sergeant. There we go. Alright. So Derek, you got me to promote people. Their gun's still a captain, because he's not a major, not a colonel. I think once we have a drop ship, we'll call him major. For now, he's a captain. Let's go back to the contract market. Federated Sons versus Draconis Combine. We are going to accept. Understood. I'm looking forward to working with you. Yeah, we'll mothball everything. Accept. We'll take one of everything. Confirm. Confirm. Close. Alright. We are on our way. And we're going to go multiple days here. New week. Hit the all button here. Alright, so we had a nice, lovely end to our previous contract. We got revenge. Kicked some butt. Got some money. And now we are on our way to a new contract. Issue awards. You know what? While we are doing... Oh, jump ships appear in the unit market. A jump ship. Oh, we can't afford a jump ship. Alright, so let's take a look at our personnel and their experience. Alright. I think we increased the amount of experience people earn. Happy to get the team paid a little more. Yeah. I mean, they've earned it. Let's face it. They've been with us for a while. They should be more than a private. You're right to want to do them. So, okay, Edith. Alright, spend experience, abilities. Oh, look at that. She could get something. Eagle Eyes, acts as an active probe. I mean, that's really good when we're playing with sensor stuff, but human TRO, mech, that's really good. Range Master. Okay, we already have Range Master long. We don't need Range Master medium, because that will swap. I'm not sure how it works when you stack them. Does that mean, because right now, range modifiers are swapped for short range. Short range modifier is +4. Does this mean short will be go to 2 and medium will go to 4? I don't like that. Gunnery specialization missile, totally cool, but we want clusters. We want cluster hitter is what we want, and I'm not actually seeing that. Did we get it already? What did she have? Range master, long, oblique attacker, hot dog. Okay, that's fine. Alright, spend experience abilities, combat abilities. Combat sense, blindfold, bloodstalker, eagle size, phantom, environmental specialist, oblique range master, sniper, something like a gunner specialization. Okay, cluster hitter. Why is this down here? We have enough to get it. Cluster master. Regular MegaMek or... Yeah, saying we can't get it for some reason. Alright. Make HQ client options. Alright, let's go... Let's find out what's going on here. Campaign options. Why can we not get advancement, abilities... Combat abilities, combat sense, cluster master, cluster hitter, prerequisites, regular gunnery mech or blah blah blah, incompatible, oblique attacker, sandblaster. Oh, we can't take it with oblique attacker. That's what she has. Oblique attacker is she can indirect fire anywhere. Oh no, that's why she can't get it. I didn't. Okay. And does attack with Sandblaster. Sandblaster. Incompatible cluster matter. So only with the specialized weapon is Sandblaster. Okay, so we can get Sandblaster. But yeah, it's not popping up. Utility abilities. Where is Sandblaster? Right, it's not here. Weathered, gunnery specialization, some like it hot. Range master, oblique attack. Ah. Reduce the scatter distance by 2 hectares, that's what that. So now, alright, now I'm confused again. Alright, campaign options. Take me right back there. Abilities. Sandblaster. Because it's got regular gunnery mech, incompatible, cluster hitter, cluster master. I should be able to get it. XP costs 100, so I can't get it right now normally, I think. But now I'm annoyed. Spend XP, abilities, combat abilities. And it's not popping up. Sniper should be right in here. And it's not in the ones that we can't get right now. Jumping jack, hopping jack, dodge, all weather, maneuvering ace, melee specialist, sensor geek. Yeah, nothing there. Utility abilities. Okay, this is nothing to do with us. Character creation only. GM. Nothing's popping up. Add flaws. Current skills. Interesting. Is it enabled? One last check. Sorry to bog things down, but part of this stream is also learning, and I thought everything was enabled, but let's just double check here. Sandblaster, enable ability, cam ops. Yeah, everything's enabled. Enable all global. There, just hit that button. Okay, apply settings. All right, spend XP. We're just gonna check one more time here. Combat abilities. We are not finding it here. customer. Those are blank. Okay. So, all right, we have to get human TRO mech. That is so good. We have to get it. But I also think she should upgrade abilities, current skills. What does she have? Acrobatics, investigation, streetwise, interest, literature, science, mathematics, utility, appraisal, perception, sensor operations, zero-G operations. Sensor operations. Yeah. We're going to flesh out characters to get them stuff, even if it isn't directly combat related, because I do believe that. Gordana, however, I know what she's going to try to get. Combat abilities. Is Melee Master in here? No. Maneuvering abilities. Hot Dog. Melee Master, 120. She needs 120 for Melee Master. She has 76. She's not doing anything. Grace. There we go. Stuff's cheap for you because you're smart. Right? Her Melee Specialist is 76. Her discount for being smart is coming in handy here. Grace, she is in fact the smart one, but she is also still a 3-4. But let's get her something cool. Let's get her something cool. We don't need to just upgrade everybody's base gunnery and piloting, because that's boring. Yeah, she can't afford range master. She's 76. Alright, she's not going to jump. Animal allows a quad mech or proto mech or bipedal mech or proto mech with the animalistic quirk. The following benefits: -1 MP per hex of woods and jungle terrain. In addition, quads gain a -1 any quad related needs and animalistic quirk mech to make that interesting. Pain resistance, combat abilities. Alright, we're just going to get her human TRO mech because that's really good. Gordana is fine. Kathleen, the machine. Yeah, as a 4-5, we're going to upgrade her gunnery if we can. Current skills, gunnery. Gunnery mech, yes. She can also pilot aircraft. This is the person because she has gunnery aircraft, piloting mech, gunnery mech, zero-G operations. Let's actually, new skills, gunnery, aerospace, gunnery vehicle, support weapons, thrown weapons. Aerospace is better. I think aerospace is actually what you use for lambs and not aircraft. Or gunnery spacecraft, gunnery vehicle. Piloting. Let's get her piloting aircraft. She has gunnery aircraft. She needs piloting aircraft. I know that might not, the idea of potentially allowing her to pilot a lamb at some point, but you know what? Ultra green. We're going to do that. We're going to round her out. Her gun, however, definitely needs to trade connections, needs 80 experience. I think that's what we're going for. Gonna build some connections here. All right, let's continue. New week. Majesty Canopus of the Compelling Confederation are now at war. The Duchy of Durian and the Compelling Confederation are now at war. Okay. New week. Alright, we got 4 jumps left. Let's go. Alright, Kathleen, gunner skill 5+, excellent. Everybody's getting awards and experience. Boom. Unit market. Unable to use connections. We gotta get him some connections because he's popping up and it's annoying. We are 1 jump out. We are 4 days out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Blam. We are on planet. Alright. Let's go to the briefing room. Area of operations. Briefing room. Where? Interstellar, Air of Operations. Where, I forget where it is we're supposed to set. Okay, we got nothing going on. Deployment coverage for... Alright, I'm trying to remember where we set what our units are doing. Briefing room. It should be in here, I thought, but we are fine. Yeah, deployment coverage 8 out of 4, victory points 8 out of 4. Assignments. Oh, here we go. They moved it over there. We need patrol 2. We have our secondary lance on patrol. We have a total of 4, and we got 2. Great. Uh-oh. Failed to find LRMs. Oh, we got a restock thing. Alright. Right, we didn't have a restock in use check because everything was mothballed. Oh well. Let's keep going. Captain, received word from the Atlantic Command that Op 4 has issued official combat challenge. Naturally, been called to handle the dirty work. We should review our forces to decide who to send in. Be warned, the Captain. There are rules, and we are expected to follow them. We can only deploy ground forces. We're limited to a force of 4 elements. Yeah. Official challenge in 3 days. Pretty obvious that we're going to deploy our command lance. Confirm. Yeah. Boom. 1, 2, 3. Here we go. Official challenge. Put up the pause screen here. We'll get this going. An official combat challenge is issued through official channels. Deploy one and only one of your forces to fight on our behalf. The results of this duel will significantly impact morale. We control the field. And we have 70% salvage. Yeah, a battle challenge we dare not refuse. How could we refuse this battle challenge? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Know what I mean, know what I mean. Alright. Guys are loaded up. Guys are repaired. We have air gun, hopscotch, tall tale, and banana peel. We have 10,000 BV to their almost 8,000. I have a feeling this is going to go well for us. Although I didn't actually look at the weather conditions. That isn't important. Daylight, clear, hills, river road. Alright. I think we're in good shape for this. Done. Alright, here we go. This is... Oh gosh, that's annoying. That is a hardened bridge with a construction factor of 91. And... Alright. Yeah. So 85, 85. Yeah, heaviest thing is 85 tons, so we can go over it, or we can start over here. I think it would be silly to start by going over a bridge that someone could plink and send us into the water. So we are going to start over on this side. I'm going to start with Edith over here in an excellent firing position. Or, no, we're going to start with Edith on ground so she doesn't have to, well, she just has to go through the foliage. So, I'm going to start her there. Boom. Got a gun. Hopscotch. And finally, Gordana Banana. There we go. I forgot to check the gravity on this planet. What do we do? What are we looking at here? Control P. Gravity 1.37. Oh boy. Oh boy. Everything's going to be slow as fuck. Pardon my French. And okay, they are the upper corner there. We have in visual confirmation. We have Belfry, Referee, and Mourner. Belfry and Referee are dragons. AC5 LRM-10, 2 medium lasers. AC10 LRM-10. Excuse me, AC5 LRM-10, 2 medium lasers. AC5 LRM-10, 2 medium lasers. They have flak and standard. We have Mourner. Alright, so they are 232323. LRM-15's heat-seeking, follow the leader, and standard. Alright. They are on par with us. I don't like that. But let's, alright. If they're spawning in the upper left-hand corner. Now, here's the other problem. With 1.37 Gs, These are all very slow, heavy units. I'm trying to figure out where they're going to end up. What's the best pass for us? I think if we aim for this hill over here, they don't have as much cover depending on the direction they come from. And obviously they're not going to be able to shoot at us right now. So we are going to sprint. Hopscotch, you can just jump. You don't care. Like, he still enjoy jump 4. Oi. Yeah, we're going to be sprinting. Even with the longbow. Because, I mean, yeah, no shots. This is going to be a bit of a boring slog to start out, but we're going to get there. Alright, there we go. Alright, we're getting to the point where they might start seeing them in range, but I'm not actually overly worried about it at the moment. We do have to start considering that we are doing a PSR every time we jump. So it might be better to, yeah, sprint there. Because like I said, we're trying to get into a good position. Okay, Death Dealer, the Warhammer. That's the scary one. 3-4 Warhammer. So it's not a 2-3, so that's not as bad as the rest. But that's the thing with the firepower to be concerned about. I mean, obviously the Archer potentially, but we've got the main thing. Now, Gordana Banana. You go there. And quite honestly, Edith, you've got Rangemaster Long. They're about to be in range. You can just make it to these. If you make it to these woods and stand still, right? There you go. If you have sensor range, if you have sensor confirmation on referee, you have oblique attacker. You can just missile them. But I think if we could get you into those heavy woods, they're going to end up getting closer. So, alright, you're going to want to move a smidge. Walk forward 1. Done. And then you can mode fire. Mode fire. Done. Alright, so they shot at us. They missed. Edith does connect against the dragon. One shot glancing blows. Not a lot of missiles hit, sadly. I wish we could cluster master, but she's a bleak attacker. Oh, if I'd known that was a thing. I mean, it's cool that she could literally just hide, not have to worry about visuals and just like ping people with sensors, but yeah. Run there. Things are in range to shoot now. Weapons. Alright, we're going to save her for last to make sure that she can actually see engage with some stuff here. Go there. So now I have to actually think. This is requiring me to think because they are all 2-3s. And that makes things tricky. Alright. Is anyone in range? Or you need to move 2 hexes to get somebody in range. And there's no way for you to move 2 hexes and shoot right now. So yeah, we'll have you sprint. Alright, your gun does have shots on Death Dealer. So we're going to be PPCing each other. But our gun is definitely going to have the better shots because he has natural aptitude gunnery. So he rolls 3d6 instead of 2d6. takes the best. No line of sight there for Hopscotch. Gordana, torso twist. Okay. She can't shoot with her torso gun on Death Dealer, sadly. The gun would have been in the right arm, so she couldn't have gotten the shot anyway. Alright. Death Dealer missed with both shots. Your gun connects with all 3 shots. Strips the armor off the right arm. Excellent. However, the dragon does connect with a glancing blow of 6 missiles. Alright. We're doing alright. Let's continue this duel. 1 initiative by a mile. Alright, your gun. You will want to eventually get into those woods, but you do not have enough movement for it right now. That's your full 5 to get 3 hexes, woods. I mean, right now, considering the terrain, that's darn good. But I think your better bet is actually to walk and have the woods between. And then be able to get into the woods next turn. Yep. Gordana. Is also going to want to move and get into a position here. Hopscotch. Jump 3 into these heavy woods. And that's going to be a darn good TMM, all things considered. But these are 2 3s, and we are going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hexes away. So that is medium range for everything. So 3, jump. Yeah, plus 2. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that's 8s. And that's a lot of guns on 8s. 9s, because the woods are right there. Okay. We'll do it. We'll do it. We'll try to bait some of their gun in there. While in the meantime, Edith is going to stand still. Because she can shoot everybody. And Edith, I know you shot at referee before, but Death Dealer. Death Dealer is the person who needs to die, so he's got the most weapons on the entire force. Their gun, shoot. Just get some damage on that thing. That's what we need. I know it's dishonorable for the clanner to be like, let's all gang up and shoot the one guy. But also, they have no honor. We're going to alpha strike and overheat with the Ost. And then jump out of position. So, and we only have 1 shot with a PPC on 11 into Death Dealer. But that's what we're going to do. And then Edith, blast it with missiles on 4s. Done. Alright. We need to level rolls 12, glancing blow, 5 damage on your gun. Your gun shoots back, does connect with 1 PPC on the right torso, 7 armor remaining. Belfry connects with air gun, but it's a glancing blow. That is doing a lot of work here. We do have a PPC hit from Hopscotch and 1 medium laser hit. I mean, this is on 8s. We're doing all right here. I'm okay with these damage numbers. Excuse me. The archer does connect with a glancing blow on an LRM 15. Head hit rerolled with edge. Doing okay. Alright. Both LRM 20s hit. We do not breach any armor, but we do nearly strip a whole bunch of locations. So we're doing alright. We're at 99, they're at 94. Death Dealer, the one guy that we're intimidated by, is in orange. Now, Hopscotch did overheat a bunch. So we're going to have her jump into... Yeah, height 3... Jump into this position here. She can jump out the next turn. Gordana is going to move 3 into that light woods. And Edith. Edith is gonna not move. Well, can she back up one? Yeah, she's gonna back up one. She wants to maintain some amount of range as things get closer. Now, Death Dealer is low on armor on a lot of areas, so I'm not sure, but here we go. Ooh, we're heat neutral right now. We're going to keep it that way. We're going to skip firing there. Gordana. You are going to be shooting at Belfry here. Because that is your good target. Your gun. Alright, I think we're gonna have Edith shoot first on Death Dealer. Deal that damage. Then we're gonna have Ergun come in. Primary target with a cluster round. Then as a secondary target here, we're going to shoot the PPCs at referee. Done. Make things a little complex, but see what happens here. Alright. They miss. Gordana, it connects with the PPC, miss with the medium lasers on Belfry. Belfry shoots at Ergun, connects with an LRM-10, and that's it. It is all 10 missiles, so that's 2 hits of 5. We're doing okay. Then we have Tall Tale, connects with both LRM-20s, breaches armor in the right torso, breaches armor in the left torso, breaches armor in the left leg. So that's nice. That is 12 and 12 missiles. So that's a PSR. Their gun does connect with the LB-10 cluster. 3 pellets only, though. Oi. But we do get a double crit into the left leg. Heat sink and leg crit. PPC, both PPCs connect on referee. So excellent. One is a glancing blow, though, so that is not a PSR. Enemy archer misses. Warhammer does fall. Takes some damage. 4 internal structure remaining on the left leg. Alright. Hopscotch is not going to get melee in. Done. Alright, we win initiative again. Excellent. Your gun. You are in heavy woods. You can't possibly build more TMM than that. You are going to be parked for quite a minute. Death Dealer stays still, which means I think Edith is going to want to shoot that archer, so she's actually going to walk forward one because she's eventually want to get in contact. Or you know what? No, she's going to run. She's going to get that archer in range. Hopscotch. Ooh, you're going to want to get behind there. That's a walk with no TMM, but you will have woods. Alright. Okay. This is where the line of sight checker comes in handy here. Alright. Height 2. Height 2. Range 11 hexes. 1 intervening light woods. So look at this nice little diagram. This is cool. Compare line of sight rules. Ooh, we can see compare line of sight rules. Okay, standard. 180 light woods. Diagrammed. Line of sight blocked by intervening wood smoke. Dead zone. Interesting. But, yep. Standard 1 intervening light wounds. Light wounds. Like woods. Yep. Boop, 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 boop. That's kind of cool. But, yep. There's 1 woods. Range of 11. I don't like that. Alright. That is a jump of 4. Staying in the rear. That's a jump of 3, putting a heavy woods between us and the archer. It does 3. That's fine. It's going to be short range. We don't get the melee. No intervening woods. Yeah, I like that. And that's fine. That does put us in the rear. That's what we want. Yep. Alright. Gordana, you're only in light woods. And you are going to want to get close. So you are going to run forward 4 and get at least that 1 TMM. Alright. So Death Dealer, I think, can be eliminated by Edith. Or we can start dealing damage to the Archer. I think that is going to be the better strategy for the moment. We're going to let Irgun finish off Death Dealer. Well, we have Hopscotch on 3s into the rear. Yeah, Alpha Strike. Can gain some heat, but this is fine. This is a rear. And same here. We are going to fire a lot of stuff to bring some pain onto that guy. That's 4 heat. Yep. Done. Alright. Oh! Fantastic. Edith. Tall Tale. Gets a critical hit on Fall to Leader ammo, blacks out, destroys the Archer. And that's salvage gone. That sucks. But that thing was fresh. That's the first attack dealt against it. So, Edith redeeming herself from the poor performance last time. Belfry does connect against Gordana. Irgun, however, gets an ammo crit on machine gun ammo. That is instant death. Blacked out. That Warhammer is destroyed. There's salvage gone. Oh, that's annoying. And then we do have a whole bunch. Left torso rear, center torso rear, head, right torso rear. We don't have any double... yeah, no, we don't have 2 shots connect to the same rear torso location, sadly. But we do strip it significantly. Alright. Yeah, Belfry's not looking great. All of a sudden we have 2 dragons left. And dragons are... they're... Introtech dragons, not the best. And they are at 42%. I'm going to check. Destroy route 95%. Okay. Hello there to you as well. Psychatic22? Psychatic? Hope you're having a lovely night. We were challenged in a duel by these Draconis Combine forces while working for the Federated Suns, and everybody here is a 2-3. Everybody here is an elite/veteran pilot. But they had an Archer, a Warhammer, and 2 dragons. We have an Ossoul, Battlemaster, Custom Marauder, and Longbow. Now the Longbow is doing a lot of heavy work because she has long range. Starting to look like the pilot ransoms will be worth more than salvage. What pilots? I mean, I guess, okay, they're there. Okay, so they are there on the ground. I thought they were dead. Oh, auto eject from the explosion. Yeah. So they're technically there. Okay, Airgun, you don't need to move. Hopscotch, you can just move behind that guy. That's a guy with no rear armor left. I mean, okay, that dragon's there. Are you able to see it? Line of sight blocked. Okay. If we go there, can we see it? Line of sight blocked. All right. And there's no good either. There. Line of sight blocked. Okay. We've got no path to be able to see. But if we back up here. Line of sight clear. Yep. Oh, we can't back up there. We can back up there. Which we'll do. Let's just do that. Alright, and tall tale. We have referee in long range. We don't need to move. Alright, I think Belfry's not going to be doing too great after another, like... We're at 13, so we're not going to fire the PPC, but we are going to overheat and fire all of the lasers into the rear of Belfry. And these are on 6s. I think we're good. That thing is... We just connect to some of the rear torsos, and it is rough, and Hopscotch can keep jumping behind it. So our primary target here is now going to be referee. Blasting the crap out of it. Gordana, can you see it? No. And we're not going to kill enemy pilots in a duel. This isn't our revenge plot, but we are shooting LRM-20s indirectly on 3s. This is dumb. And ammo explosion. That's 3 enemy mechs down to ammo explosion. Salvage is not looking good, guys. Salvage is not looking good. Alright. Can we defeat this last dragon without making the ammo explode? Can we defeat this last dragon without making the ammo explode? They're at 19%. Your gun, don't move. Edith, don't move. Gordana. Gordana, you can move. And then, obviously, Hopscotch. You'll just jump forward, see what you can see here. I don't know what direction they're facing, but we're in the rear! Alright. So, we are 15 out of 14. Alright, we're lasering in the butt again. Butt lasers, activate. Indirect fire. Indirect fire! Alright, right torso rear, left torso rear, left arm, right leg. Alright. And missiles connect, and ammo explosion! Okay. Don't bring ammo to a duel in Introtech. That's today's lesson. We have killed every single opponent / victory. We've defeated every single opponent through ammo explosions. Yeah, and we're not going to kick the unconscious. Yeah, that's a victory. That is a victory. Alright. Let's go to the Mech HQ version here. I control the field. Yes, I do. Undamaged, 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 undamaged. Yup. Yup. Captured, sure. No, we captured everyone. They were all there. Next. Okay, we got the kills. Edith. Edith got 2 kills. Airgun got 1, and Sherry got 1. We definitely did that. Look, there was no salvage. None. No salvage. Everything was completely gone. That is a decisive victory if there ever was one, but man. Oop. We don't need that. Why is MegaMek not open? There we go. I don't want to minimize everything. So yeah. Okay, guys. Okay, the text is in red. So it's pointed out here. But I need to announce. Hamza Wallen has performed seppuku instead of accepting capture by our forces. Their body has been transported to the morgue. I wish I could zoom in. I mean, I can find a way to zoom in here. like I can on OSB somehow, I'm sure. I wonder if there's an easy... There's got to be some way to like, do an easy zoom, but I wish I could like zoom in, dramatically zoom in on that. And you know what? Those are the interesting touches that make playing a MegaMek campaign so interesting. I love these little touches, okay? I can't stress enough. Random things like this are just, they make it so cool to play. You know, the random personalities, these random things, the cool things that make it feel more immersive, more like they can allow you to, I mean, obviously you are in control. You can make all the decisions, right? That doesn't really matter at all, but it adds something that you can be interested in. You can sort of, I like the phrase, it's perfectly BattleTech, because BattleTech is a game that sort of writes its own narrative and story as you go along, and you can fill in the details, right? So you got a critical hit on this, right? You know something happened. How does it happen? How does the pilot react? You can see these events and fill in parts of the story in your own mind, or write them down or create them. And Mech HQ really does allow you to sort of like fill in the details, because right, Hamza Wallen has performed seppuku instead of like, when did they find out? When did that happen? You can sort of picture it and feel it, and you can, you know, you have a description of the people's personalities and how they might react. I love it. I love it. We completed a contract. We just got a cool mission. Been streaming for 2 hours. I feel like this is an excellent place to call it here, rather than try to force a third mission in. And on a high note of, well, I mean, not really a high note of a guy committing seppuku, but it is a cool note. It was a fun mission. They all exploded. Every single opponent in the duel exploded. So, take that what you will. So, anyway, thank you so much for watching, everybody out there. For the live viewers, for the people watching the VODs, thank you so much. And like I said, I almost have everything worked out to start streaming Mech Commander. My goal is to try to do that next Monday, but we'll see. Maybe it'll be another night. So if I don't see you before then, I'll see you guys in 2 weeks.